Good morning, children. We are taking up today the last topic of this chapter, that is microbes as biofertilizer. Earlier, we had discussed the microbes as biopesticides or as biocontrol agents, and today as biofertilizers. You know, there is a need of increase in the production of agriculture in the field of agriculture, so there is a need of chemical fertilizers. Okay, but chemical fertilizers leads to water as well as soil pollution. So we should stop the use of, there is a pressure on agriculture scientists and on farmers to stop the use of chemical fertilizer and to shift to the organic farming. Organic farming means use of biofertilizers and biopesticides. Biopesticides we have already discussed. Now we will be discussing about the biofertilizers. So biofertilizers are the organism, these are not the chemicals, they are the organism which enrich the soil with nutrients or which enrich the nutrient quality of the soil. The main sources of biofertilizer are bacteria, fungi and cyanobacteria. These are the organisms which act as biofertilizer. First of all, we are taking up bacteria. Bacteria can be the symbiotic bacteria or free living bacteria. Symbiotic bacteria is a rhizobium bacteria, which you know that in the root nodules of leguminous plants the rhizobium bacteria is present. It is a symbiotic bacteria because nodules provide shelter to the bacteria and bacteria fixes the free nitrogen present in the soil. That way it enriches the soil with the nitrogenous compound. Hence it acts as a fertilizer, biofertilizer. So this is a symbiotic bacteria, that is rhizobium. Now it comes the free living bacteria, also fixes the nitrogen of the soil, that is Azospirillum and Azotobacter bacteria. These two are free living bacteria. Now third biofertilizer which is been described is a mycorrhizae, and mycorrhizae means it is a association of fungus, that is Glomus genus fungus is been taken as example. So when this fungus get the association with the roots of the pinus plant, suppose this is the root and around which there is a network of fungus is there. This is all is the network of the fungus is there around the roots of the pinus plant, which is a gymnospermic plant. So what is the use of this fungus glomus? That it will absorb the minerals from the large area and then it will provide it to the main plant, so that it will help in the growth and development of the main plant. This type of association is again a symbiotic association in which the fungus is getting the shelter over the roots of the plant and in turn it is providing the mineral like phosphorus and all other minerals to the main plant. Similarly, the main plant roots also become resistant to the root-borne pathogens and they become tolerant to the salinity and drought, and it again helps in the overall growth and development of the plant. So this is about the mycorrhizae. Now last is cyanobacteria. You know, cyanobacteria are actually the prokaryotic organism blue-green algae which belongs to the kingdom Monera along with other bacteria. But actually they are blue-green algae. Examples are Anabaena, Nostoc and Oscillatoria. These algae also has the nitrogen fixing capacity. They can be cultured artificially as fertilizer, can be added into the soil to increase the fertility of soil or to enrich and replenish the soil again. They can be grown along with the paddy in the paddy fields, and cyanobacteria serve as an important biofertilizer. It is a blue-green algae and add organic matter to the soil and increase its fertility. So that in this video or in this topic we had discussed the four biofertilizers. Rhizobium is a symbiotic bacteria. Azospirillum and Azotobacter are free living bacteria. Mycorrhizae, here we have taken the example of a fungus belongs to genus Glomus, has the association with the roots of the pinus plant, and then the cyanobacteria, Anabaena, Nostoc and Oscillatoria. That way this chapter is completed, that is microbes in human welfare. Thank you.